Hi guys, it's Miss Alvillar. I'm going to be doing social studies again this week, and we're going to review the characteristics of being a good citizen, and you're going to pick three again. And I found a new graphic organizer. Last time we used the web. This time we're going to use a character portrait because this is about you and the three things that you're going to pick um, for your citizenship this week. So, and the it's a circle, you draw a triangle, and then there's a circle inside. In that circle, you're going to draw a picture of yourself, okay? And you can do them however you want. I'm just going to do my face for right now, and I'm going to do it really quick. See if I can. I'm not sure if you can see it. So I'm going to make them. You can. So I have bangs, and my hair is kind of long. Okay. And of course, you can make it as nice and take your time. There's a picture of me, and I'm a good citizen. So I'm going to put the words good citizen. And you remember from last week, we had 5 characteristics of being a good citizen. We had respect, right? We had courage. We had honesty. We had compassion. And we have responsibility. And we had, what am I missing? Oh, I'm just going to put respect again over here because it's kind of hiding over here and it's kind of bright over there. So I have courage, honesty, compassion, responsibility, and respect. So on these little areas right here of your triangle, you're going to pick 3 of them. So for me, I'm going to pick honesty. I'm going to pick respect. And I'm going to pick compassion for this week. Okay. So I've decided these are the ones I'm going to focus because I have a story for each one of these. And this area right here is where you're going to put just a phrase, just a little simple phrase about your little story so that when you go to write your story, you just remember this organizes your thoughts as you're thinking about it. You're like, okay, I'm going to write it down real quick, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to put some details and really elaborate your story and explain your story so that other kids are really interested in what you have to say. So for honesty, I have a time that I'm going to put up here that I was able to return a wallet. I was at a bank and I was able to return a wallet to a lady, and that was making me really honest because I know there was money in there, but it wasn't mine. So I'm going to just so that I remember, I was at the bank and I returned a wallet. Okay. And I know that on your worksheets, you have all these little scenarios. You can change those around and make it fit um, what has happened to you, and make that connection. So I returned a wallet for compassion. Now that we're being doing remote learning, I was thinking of that I could do be compassionate towards my grandmother. So my grandmother gave me this really good recipe for oatmeal cookies. So I'm gonna remember grandmother, and I'm gonna put. She gave me a recipe for my oatmeal cookies, and I'm going to make some for her, and I'm going to go put them in front of her house so that she has something, because I don't want to go into her house because she's older. So I'm going to put some cookies in her house, in her door, so that she has something to eat. So there's grandmother recipe for cookies, and I'm going to put them on the door. So see my little phrases, small little phrases. And then for respect, I have respect here, and I'm going to put my little story about respect on this last part. So for respect, I um, I was at a uh, Zoom meeting, and there's lots of people, about 10 people on this Zoom meeting, and it was very noisy and quiet, and I wanted it to be quiet, and so that I could hear people. So I was very respectful, and I listened, and what was waiting my turn to talk, so that I could hear everybody. So that's my way of showing that I was being a good participant and a good citizen. So I was waiting, and then I raised my hand, and so therefore it was easy for everybody else. They started saying, "Oh, this is the way we need to be at our meeting." So it was really nice that that turned out that way. So here I have my three. I picked my three characteristics, and wrote a little bit on each one. So when I'm writing my story, I'm going to remember what it's going to jog my memory so that I can add some details. So I'm going to just show you one paragraph. I'm going to do the return to wallet at the bank. And I'm going to take my line paper, and I'm going to write my story about the first paragraph. So I'm going to say something like, being a good citizen is important because, and I'm just going to leave that like this. And then that's where you guys can fill out. This is kind of like the beginning of my story. Being a good citizen is important because, and then you say why it's because, and then you start with your first paragraph, and you'll start one day. Remember, I told you I was at the bank, but I'm going to tell you which bank and give you so that you can be real specific. I was at Wells Fargo Bank. Okay, so I started right here. One day I was at Wells Fargo Bank. And I'm going to tell you the story. So I was in line to get some money. When I approached, or when I went to the counter, I saw a wallet. Okay, see, I'm just adding more details and thinking what happened in the story. So I saw the wallet. I tell the teller, um, somebody left their wallet here. So I saw a wallet. I tell the bank teller that someone had left their wallet. See all the details I'm adding? The lady was walking out, was just barely getting ready to walk out the door. So we saw her, or I saw her, and so did the teller, but I'm going to put I saw the lady walking out the door. So I ran to give her the wallet. She was very happy and thanked me. And I felt really good because I was honest. I did a good deed for the lady, and then I felt good about it. So that's my story. But look at all I can write. And I know that some of I can spell all my words correctly and I can write really fast, but I know that you take your time. You need a little more time, and some of your words are not going to be spelled correctly. That's okay. We're still at the stage where you're still sounding out your words and trying the best, like bank. B, a, n, hear all those sounds, then you write those letters and you have the word bank. As long as you can read it back, we're good with that. You turn it in, and maybe your teachers will have some suggestions for you. But this is just one paragraph, so I just wrote about the bank where I returned a wallet. The next one story I'm going to add on. So I'm going to say next. I I'm also a compassionate person because I'm going to go and take my grandmother's recipe, gonna make some good oatmeal cookies with some chocolate chips in them, or whatever you're gonna put in your cookies. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna surprise my grandmother and take her some cookies, leave them on the door, ring the doorbell, and get in my car and say, enjoy, Grandma. So I'm going to tell that story. Then I still have to tell the last story where I was in my meeting. I also know how to be respectful, and then I'll tell that story. So you're going to have a big, long story to share. And maybe this is what you can do on Friday. You can do a graphic organizer like this, write your story, and maybe you can have your story ready to share on Friday with the rest of the class. I know there's other things that you would like to share, but this is a good one. I want you to know that you can do this any way that you want. Um, I, I'm going to show you how to do it on a regular piece of paper because that way it's about this size. So you take your paper and just kind of real quickly going to show you how to make this graphic organizer. Um, it's not too hard, right? So you make this is your frame right here. And you make a big circle. And I know that sometimes I'm going to turn mine around like this. So I'm going to show you. Make a big circle. Right, just like that. It's not always perfect, but it's pretty good, right? And then in this circle, you're going to look right here, kind of about a third of the way down. You're going to make a line, and you're going to connect. That's the beginning of your triangle, and then you're going to go to the center here and go to the center here. And there you have this part. Now, all you have to do is make a circle where you're going to draw your picture and try to touch all the little corners right here, and you have a circle. So it's not too hard. So you can do this to do this on here, and you can use that to then do your writing. Another way that you can do it, you don't have to, do it this way, and you don't have to write the story this way. You can pick however you want to do. So I would make a little booklet. That would be kind of fun to share on Friday. You can make a little booklet like this, and right here, this is the front page, right? You just take a paper, you put a good citizen, right? And then do the same thing here. You draw your picture of yourself. Let's see if I can do this a little bigger. And oh, last time I forgot to put my ears, right? And I'm going to do this again pretty fast. Right? So you draw your picture right here, and you can draw a full picture of yourself or small, whatever. And then you take the other one, and then you can do the characteristics that you picked. And here you can put honesty. You draw your picture of being honest, and you can write this part, because you still want to do the other writing on the lined paper. Here you can just draw your picture, honesty, and then you can, when you're sharing, you can just tell your story or you can read it. Compassion is what I picked. The grandma, you can draw your picture of your grandmother, because that's what I would do. And then what else did I pick? Oh, and I picked respect. So I have a little booklet that I can share when it's time to share on Friday. So like I said, there's different ways to do your assignment. And it's a good assignment because you get to focus on the good things about you and your character, and what a good person you are. So thanks for joining me. I will see my class on Friday, and you guys do your work, turn it all into your teachers so that we can show them to everyone. Thanks, parents, for all your help, and see you later. Bye.